I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 1 hour. In a major decision amidst Russia-Ukraine conflict, US and UK put off suggestions to use long-range missiles by Ukraine, keeps it open for talks with allies. Decision comes after Putin's warning to the West against its use. In a fresh salvo, US Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump vows mass deportation of Haitian immigrants if elected. US President Joe Biden cautions against attacks on Haitian community. Stranded NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore say that they feel grateful for their extended stay in space despite difficulties. Ask for ballots to vote for November 5th presidential elections. India celebrates Hindi Diwas today, marking 75th anniversary of adoption of Hindi as an official language of the country by the Constituent Assembly in 1949. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi conveys his best wishes on the occasion. And in hockey, India ready for high voltage encounter against fierce rivals Pakistan at the Asian Champions Trophy in China. UK Prime Minister Starmer signals halt for the time being on suggestions allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles that can hit targets inside Russia after talks with US President Joe Biden in Washington. Both the leaders met at the White House for discussions on how to deal with emerging situation in Russia-Ukraine conflict and how much flexibility can be given to Kyiv on using the Western-supplied arms. The British Prime Minister indicated that he and Biden would now discuss the plan at the UN General Assembly in New York the week after next with a wider group of individuals. The talks took place in the backdrop of Russian President Putin's warning to Western nations of grave consequences if Ukraine fired long-range missiles at Russia. Before the meeting, officials had said that Starmer would press Biden to back his plan to send British Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine.
I think if you look at both the Ukrainian situation and the Middle East, it is obvious that in the coming weeks and months there are really important potential developments, whatever timetables are going on in other countries, and that's why I wanted to have this opportunity to talk directly to the President and his invitation here about those decisions in the next few months, but to make sure that those decisions were, as it were, pitched in the wider strategic thinking that we share in relation to Ukraine, the Middle East, and Indo-Pacific.
Leadership in this front, the United States is committed to standing with you to help Ukraine as it defends against Russia's onslaught and aggression. Clear that Putin will not make it clear Putin will not prevail in this war, and the people of Ukraine will.
Whereas the White House called the threats made by Putin incredibly dangerous.
And this war can end. This war, the war that we're seeing in Ukraine, the aggression from Russia can end today. Can end today. Russia can move their troops out of Ukraine, and it can end. So that type of rhetoric is incredibly dangerous, but it's not new.
And up next, we get you news from the hustle and bustle of campaigning for the U.S. presidential polls. In Pennsylvania, a key swing state, Democratic nominee Kamala Harris on Friday made a lucrative offer that will go dear to the ears of millions of young people in the U.S. She said that she will cut college degree requirements for certain federal jobs if elected as the president. More than 62% of Americans aged 25 or older did not hold a bachelor's degree, according to the data released by the U.S. Census Bureau in early 2023. Americans without college degrees made up to 3 out of 5 voters in 2020. Her announcement may prove to be a major counter-pledge in the face of Trump's economic pledges to the voters.
So as president, I will get rid of the unnecessary degree requirements for federal jobs to increase jobs for folks without a 4-year degree, understanding that requiring a certain degree does not necessarily talk about one's skills. And I will challenge the private sector to do the same.
Harris has previously said that she will aim to pass a middle-class tax cut to pledge to ensure $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, while Trump has advocated for cutting taxes on overtime pay. Both candidates have supported eliminating taxes on tips. She also ridiculed former President Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, for his shallow debate performance.
Instead, it was the same old show, the same tired playbook we've heard for years, with no plan on how he would address the needs of the American people. Well, folks, it's time to turn the page. Turn the page.
Former U.S. President and Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump doubled down on Friday on his anti-migrant attacks, despite facing criticism for amplifying a conspiracy theory targeting Haitian immigrants. Donald Trump said that if elected president again, he would initiate large deportations from the Ohio city that has seen a recent influx of Haitian migrants whom he has baselessly accused of eating cats and dogs.
We will do large deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela. You know, he told Biden he's not accepting anybody back. They moved all their criminals. Not all of them, but the rest are moving in now. They emptied their jails in Venezuela, emptied their criminals, emptied the nests. They call them nests of bad people. They're all now in the United States, and they're now taking over cities. It's like an invasion from within. And we're going to have the largest deportation in the history of our country. And we're going to start with Springfield and Aurora.
U.S. President Joe Biden told Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump to stop stoking tensions against Haitians by spreading a bogus story about immigrants eating pet cats and dogs in an Ohio town. Also, Biden said this as he brought up the issue at a Black Excellence brunch at the White House 2 days after Trump amplified the debunked rumor in a televised debate with Kamala Harris. Biden said there is a proud Haitian American community that's under attack in our country right now. It is simply wrong. He added that there is no place in America for such comments.
I want to take a moment to say something like so many Americans like Karine, as he pointed out, a proud Haitian American community that's under attack in our country right now. Simply wrong. There's no place in America. This has to stop what he's doing. It has to stop.
Stranded NASA astronauts Barry Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams said that they feel grateful to spend more time in space despite the difficulties. Also, despite being stranded in space, they did not forget about their responsibility towards democracy. Answering a question on voting for November 5th presidential election, Wilmore said that he sent down his request for a ballot as it is very important duty and NASA makes sure that they are able to cast their votes. Sunita agreed and said that she is looking forward to be able to vote from space. There were their public comments since the Boeing Starliner capsule that took them to the ISS, that is International Space Station, in June returned to Earth. They were not carried along with the capsule as it developed many technical snags which were deemed too much risky for them.
I sent down my request for a ballot today, as a matter of fact, and they should get it to us in a couple of weeks. And absolutely, yes, it's a very important role that we all play as citizens is to be included in those elections, and NASA makes it very easy for us to do that. So we're excited about that opportunity.
Marcia, same here. You know, it's a very important duty that we have as citizens, and looking forward to being able to vote from space, which is pretty cool. You asked what we miss, right? Of course, you know, the things that we always miss, our families. I miss my 2 dogs. I miss my friends. But you know what? Like Butch said, there are so many people on Earth that are sending us messages, and it makes you feel just right at home with everybody when we're able to have those conversations with our friends and family at home.
Today, the nation proudly celebrates Hindi Diwas, a day dedicated to honoring and promoting the Hindi language. While this occasion is observed with fervor in India, its impact is being felt across the globe as the day marks 75th year of its adoption as the official language of the country within 2 years of independence by the Constituent Assembly.
The The significance of Hindi has transcended borders with recent events during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Moscow, Ukraine, Austria and Poland, highlighting the growing global embrace of the language. From international citizens speaking in Hindi to performing dance routines on Hindi songs, the spirit of Hindi is truly international. As India celebrates Hindi Diwas, the influence of the Hindi language is reaching beyond the country's borders. During Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visits to Ukraine, Austria and Poland, foreign citizens embraced Hindi in heartwarming displays of cultural exchange. In Ukraine, local citizens not only spoke in Hindi but also sang popular Hindi songs during the Prime Minister's visit, adding a unique flavor to the event. In Austria, the atmosphere was equally vibrant. And in Poland, a similar spirit was evident, with Hindi songs and speeches bringing together communities to honor the cultural ties between the two nations.
हम बहुत चाहते हैं कि सांस्कृतिक संबंध, राजनीतिक संबंध दृढ़ होते जाए और हमारे देशों के बीच मैत्रीपूर्ण संबंध बढ़ते जाए।
मुझे बहुत आशा है कि इस मुलाकात के बाद लोगों को ज़्यादातर लोगों को ये पता हो जाएगा कि वास्तव में यूक्रेन और भारत के बीच अच्छा रिश्ता बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
मुझे हिंदी बहुत पसंद है क्योंकि भारत एक दिलचस्प और बहुत सुंदर देश है।
वंदे मातरम सुजलाम सुफलाम मालयज शीतलाम।
As Hindi Diwas shines a light on the importance of India's official language, the growing international participation in cultural events, especially during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's foreign visits, signals that Hindi is becoming a language of global goodwill. Whether through songs, speeches or performances, the love for Hindi continues to build bridges between cultures and nations. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
And up next, we take a closer look at how people feel about it in various foreign countries, which you just witnessed a while back, and how people were welcoming India and Indian culture during Prime Minister's visit to Poland and Ukraine. And also India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a social media post on X, congratulated all the citizens on Hindi Diwas. India's Union Home Minister Amit Shah has extended greetings to all the countrymen on the occasion of Hindi Diwas today, highlighting that the official language Hindi has an unbreakable relationship with every Indian language. Shah noted that there is no competition between Hindi and any local language, and both are needed for each other's existence.
प्रिय देशवासियों, आप सभी को हिंदी दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। हिंदी ने कई उतार चढ़ाव देखे हैं, परंतु आज मैं इस मकाम पर खड़े रहकर निश्चित रूप से कह सकता हूं कि हिंदी और किसी स्थानीय भाषा के बीच में कोई स्पर्धा नहीं है। हिंदी एक प्रकार से सभी स्थानीय भाषाओं की सखी है, एक दूसरे के दो पूरक है। चाहे गुजराती हो, मराठी हो, तेलुगु हो, मलयालम हो, तमिल हो या बांग्ला हो, हर भाषा हिंदी को मजबूती देती है, हिंदी हर भाषा को मजबूती देती है। हमने ये 10 साल के अंदर कंठस्थ का टूल बनाया। हमने इस 10 साल के अंदर 4 रिपोर्ट सबमिट किए और हिंदी को सरकारी कामकाज में प्रमुखता से प्रस्तावित करने का काम हमने किया है। आने वाले दिनों में राजभाषा विभाग हिंदी से 8वीं अनुसूची की सभी भाषाओं में अनुवाद का भी एक पोर्टल लेकर आ रहा है, जिससे पत्र हो या भाषण जिसका अनुवाद बहुत कम समय में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का उपयोग करते हुए हम सभी भाषाओं में कर पाएंगे। मैं मानता हूं इससे भी हिंदी को और स्थानीय भाषा को बहुत मजबूती मिलेगी।
India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, in a social media post on X, also extended his best wishes for all the Hindi lovers on the occasion of Hindi Diwas. Indian Embassy in Netherlands also celebrated Hindi Diwas 2024 with great fervour. A Hindi music competition was organised demonstrating the interest of participants towards Hindi language. The French Embassy in India also celebrated Hindi Diwas as the new French spokesperson Ulrich said that he looks forward to discovering the incredible India and connecting with the country to strengthen relations.
Press and communication vibhag ka pramukh ho. मैं सभी हिंदी भाषियों को हिंदी दिवस की बधाई देता हूँ. Bonjour, my name is Ulrich. I'm the new spokesperson and head of the press and communication department of the French Embassy in India.
And extending their Hindi Diwas greetings, Israeli Embassy in India celebrated the day in a unique way using Hindi memes.
ये कैसे हुआ? दोस्ती है, कुछ भी कर सकती है।
भाई साहब, आप कन्विंस हो गए? यमेन चौदा और बोलो। ये हम अगली मीटिंग में डिस्कस करेंगे।
के GM मीटिंग, के लिया मीटिंग, काफी रहिया मीटिंग, अलुआ मीटिंग।
हैप्पी हिंदी डे। हिंदी दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
India's Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah will be addressing the inaugural session of official language Diamond Jubilee celebrations and the 4th Akhil Bharatiya Rajbhasha Sammelan on 14th of September in New Delhi. Inspired by Prime Minister Modi, the Ministry of Home Affairs Official Language Department has organised Akhil Bharatiya Rajbhasha Sammelan every year since 2021, emphasising on the development of Hindi and Indian languages. The minister will also launch a commemorative postage stamp and a coin to mark the Diamond Jubilee memorable. Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag has been established with the objective to promote use of Indian languages along with Hindi. You're watching DD India News. Are we heading for a short break? But after the break, India's Minister for External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, meets Swiss Foreign Minister in Geneva to review the close partnership between the two countries. A NASSCOM delegation on a visit to the UAE attends the two-day AI and Web3 summit in Dubai. 3 US citizens sentenced to death in the Democratic Republic of Congo for their involvement in a failed coup attempt.
Always welcoming. The vibe of Punjab is larger than life. Warm up to grandeur that's beyond compare. And history that's dotted with tales of bravery. Smiling soul of India, where music, art, cuisine and culture comes together to create an unforgettable impression. Punjab is all set to win your hearts with its unique and colorful extravaganza.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, met Swiss Foreign Minister Ignacio Cassis in Geneva. Both the leaders reviewed the close partnership between the two countries and explored avenues to enhance the bilateral relationship further. Dr. S. Jaishankar and Cassis focused on taking forward the India-European Free Trade Association and Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement. They also exchanged views on Ukraine. This is the third and final leg of Jaishankar's three-nation visit to Saudi Arabia, Germany and Switzerland. The Israeli army took reporters to the exposed tunnel shafts in Tel al-Sultan area of Rafah on Friday that they say were uncovered by Israeli troops in southern Gaza. The tour included a stop at an entrance to an underground chamber where the Israeli military says the bodies of 6 Israeli hostages killed by Hamas were recovered on 1st of September. The military did not allow reporters into the tunnel, citing security reasons.
There is a complete maze of tunnels here in Tel Sultan. You just heard the shootings. We're still looking at searching for terrorists in this area, and we're gathering all the DNA and the forensic to find and hunt those terrorists who committed this horrific crime.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un met with top Russian security official Sergei Shoigu and discussed deepening of the strategic dialogue between the two countries. Kim held a bilateral meeting with Shoigu and discussed a wide range of views on regional and international situations. They also agreed on cooperation to defend mutual safety interests. Germany has agreed to open the doors to 250,000 skilled and semi-skilled Kenyan workers in a new labour migration agreement. This deal addresses Kenya's struggle with job creation for its young professionals and Germany's need for skilled labour. In a joint news conference with Kenyan President after the agreement, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that Germany needs labour from Europe and many other countries around the world to help out the economy.
Deutschland braucht Arbeitskräfte.
Germany needs labor from Europe and many other countries around the world to help out here. The fact that we have managed to do this quite well in recent years is the reason why we are here in such a stable economic position. In the last 10 or 20 years alone, more than 6 million additional workers have come to Germany and entered the labor market. Otherwise, we would be in a completely different situation now, a much worse one.
Arbeitsmarkt eingetreten.
Kenyan President William Ruto stated that this agreement provides an opportunity to leverage human capital to support various industries.
We are happy with this agreement that gives us an opportunity to use our human capital talent to support your industries. We would be happier if Parliament can allow some of the industries to come to Kenya so that we don't have to export the people. But I think this framework gives us an opportunity to avoid illegal migrants, because illegal migrants pose a problem both to us and to Germany. That's why this framework gives us a good way forward.
3 U.S. citizens have been sentenced to death by a military court in the Democratic Republic of Congo for their involvement in a failed coup attempt. The three, Marcel Malanga, Tyler Thompson, and Benjamin Zalman Poloun, were found guilty of conspiracy, terrorism, and other serious charges. Their leader, US-based Congolese politician Christian Malanga, was killed by security forces after armed men briefly took control of an office at the presidential palace in Kinshasa on May 19th. Marcel, Christian's son, along with his friend Thompson and business associate Zalman Poloun, were among 50 individuals standing trial. The court has condemned 37 of them to death, including citizens from US, Britain, Canada, and Belgium. A high-profile delegation from the National Association of Software and Service Companies, that is NASSCOM, visited the UAE this week and is actively exploring market opportunities, investment prospects, and also the legal framework in the UAE aimed at boosting the Indian technology industry's footprint in the region. The NASSCOM delegation also attended the 2-day AI and Web3 summit at Madinat Jumeirah in Dubai. During a key address at a business event on September 13th at Dubai, the NASSCOM leadership emphasized on the remarkable growth trajectory of India's tech sector, reflecting on its rise from a modest $15 million in the export revenue in 1988 to a staggering $199 billion today. This transformation, driven by human capital and technological innovation, highlights India's evolution to a leader in global tech development. The delegation's visit to West Asia is timely as the region is experiencing significant investments in digital infrastructure, particularly in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait. These countries are pouring resources into building smart cities and digital ecosystems, opening doors for Indian tech firms to collaborate and grow. A quick look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world now. Excited fans arrived at the City of Rock, that is the Rock in Rio Music Festival, that opened its doors. The American rapper Travis Scott was Friday's main attraction in a lineup that will include A-list pop stars. Historic names such as AC/DC, Rod Stewart, Britney Spears, Queen and Anita have already graced the festival's stage. The first full day of London Fashion Week kicked off with a nod to the swinging 60s by Irish designer and the LFW veteran Paul Costello and Turkish designer Bora Aksu. Models were tailored jackets, some with puffy or patterned shoulders and sleeves, as well as lace and draped dresses. Florals adorned some of the designs as well.
Purely about her.
A new immersive installation inspired by Barbie's dream house and the desert landscape of Greater Palm Springs, California, is on display as part of this year's London Design Festival. 3 pavilions in central London feature the scenes inside the famed metal doll's home seen through small windows, as well as a mini garden space with cacti to be explored. You're watching DD Indian News Hour. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Jammu and Kashmir's Doda to address a public rally for the upcoming assembly elections. Delhiites heave a sigh of relief from sweltering mercury as the national capital witnesses continued rainfall. Sabrimala temple in Kerala open to devotees for the special Onam rituals and festivities.
स्वागत आहे टू मैग्नेटिक महाराष्ट्र. Share in the richness of Maharashtra as one family, united by the collective vision of building a better tomorrow.
Shopian district is going to go to polls in the first phase. Join me as I track and travel in the interiors of Shopian and I get you the sense of what the people here in Shopian have to say and think about.
There is drastic change after Article 370 have been revoked.
the change is visible on the ground as we can see the development around us.
Right now, everything has changed. Now the students, youth, elder, senior students, they are joining the mainstream politics.
From last 5 years, our business is going well. अब हम वोट करेंगे, vote for right.
It is our own unsustainable human activity that is the biggest threat for our planet. So what can we as individuals do to save and preserve our ecosystems?
We provide a bridge between nature and our urban environment.
So when we started rescuing an animal on field, or you're bringing the animal into the rescue center where it undergoes rehabilitation and then is reintroduced back to the wild.
It's very important that they understand the journey they're about to take on, which is tree planting. So this particular pencil, for it has seeds inside, and they're using it to study, but at the end of the day, it's going to translate into a tree. A tree was cut, and a tree is going to be planted.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching DD India News Hour. A quick relook at the top stories now. In a major decision amid Russia-Ukraine conflict, US and UK put off suggestions to use long-range missiles by Ukraine, keeps it open for talks with allies. Decision comes after Putin's warning to the West against its use. In a fresh salvo, US Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump vows mass deportation of Haitian immigrants if elected. US President Joe Biden cautions against attacks on Haitian community. Stranded NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore said that they feel grateful for their extended stay in space despite the difficulties. Asked for ballots to vote for November 5th presidential election. India celebrates Hindi Diwas today, marking the 75th anniversary of adoption of Hindi as an official language of the country by the Constituent Assembly in 1949. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi conveys his best wishes on the occasion. And in hockey, India ready for high voltage encounter against fierce rivals Pakistan at the Asian Champions Trophy in China. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to become the first Prime Minister in 50 years to visit Jammu and Kashmir's Doda, as he will visit the district on Saturday to address a public rally for the upcoming assembly elections. Union Minister Jitendra Singh visited the venue on Friday evening to review the preparations for this public meeting on September 14th. Prime Minister will also hold a public rally in Haryana today. With these rallies, Prime Minister will address voters' concerns and highlight BJP's vision of continued growth and stability. He will also emphasize on the government's efforts to empower development. The Bharatiya Janata Party has announced 40 star campaigners list for the Legislative Assembly election of Haryana. The 40-member list includes the names of Indian Prime Ministers, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, JP Nadda, Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah and Nitin Gadkari. Apart from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, these include the names of Union Minister and BJP National President JP Nadda, Home Minister Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, Manohar Lal, Shivraj Singh Chauhan and many other leaders. On the other hand, the Indian National Congress has also released its star campaigners list for the Legislative Assembly election of Haryana, which includes the names of 40 leaders. Congress National President Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are the main names in the list. Jammu and Kashmir is going to polls for the first time after the 2019 abrogation of its special status. DD India Sakal Bhatt exclusively spoke to Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on the upcoming assembly elections, where he said that the region has been completely transformed during the last 5 years. Let's listen in.
We are very honoured to have with us this election season here in the Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir, Honourable Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha ji. Let's quickly understand the significance of these polls, sir, especially these polls coming after a long gap of a decade and first after the abrogation of Article 370. Your thoughts?
Well, naturally, people were waiting for this election, and the voter turnout in Lok Sabha election, Parliament election was huge, and I think in last 35 years, this number of voters never turned around for voting. I hope in this assembly election, this percentage will increase. Jammu Kashmir people have reposed their faith in democracy and democratic values. Again, they will elect a good government which can deliver development, peace, prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir.
How do you see the transition from terror to peace, from pelting to peace and development in the valley, from stagnation to stability?
A transformational change has occurred in last 5 years. And I think people of Jammu and Kashmir has witnessed unprecedented development, tourism and peace. Prosperity also. The economy has just doubled in the last 4 or 5 years. Jammu Kashmir Bank is a testament. When I reached here, it was in loss of approximately 1100 crore. Now it's in profit of more than 1700 crore. The NPA was approximately 11%. Now it has reduced to 3.9%. Industrial investment is rising. Tourist influx has increased manifold. Agriculture and horticulture sector is taking a boom. And I think tourism has cut to size. And I am very sure that one day, very soon, people will realize that Jammu Kashmir is also like other UTs and states of.
There is, or perhaps there has been a big transition from terror to transformation. And these elections in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir are mandated for a vote which is for development and only development for New Kashmir or the template of Naya Kashmir post abrogation of Article 370. With camera person Rahul Chopra, Sakal Bhatt reporting for DD India from Kashmir.
Our correspondent Tahir Nadeem Khan is joining us from Doda, Jammu and Kashmir. Tahir, good morning. Get us all, what do you witness there ahead of Prime Minister's visit? Is the stage all set, preparations in place? Because Prime Minister will be the first Prime Minister to be visiting Doda in the last 50 years. He will be addressing the people there. Get us more.
Yeah, Shriya, the atmosphere is very electric here. People have started coming at this venue since 7 a.m. early in the morning. They have started converging here, and large number of people. I think right now 5,000 people have already gathered here. Although Prime Minister is scheduled to land here at 12:30 p.m. After that, he will address the public rally, political rally from this podium, which is behind me. And people in front are very enthusiastic. Not only BJP workers, but not with BJP. I also repeat this thing that for the first time and this is
All right, I think there is a problem in the connectivity there. We'll try getting back to Tahir again to get more on what is the preparation and what is the atmosphere there ahead of Prime Minister's visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Meanwhile, we'll turn focus to other updates. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of the launch of Swachh Bharat Mission, Department of Justice is launching a campaign of Swachhta Hi Seva from 17 September to 2nd of October. The theme of this campaign seeks to reignite the spirit of collective action and citizen participation in cleanliness drive across India, underpinned by 3 key pillars, emphasizing a whole of society approach, engaging citizens in cleanliness efforts through various participatory activities, also honoring the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi and make Swachhta a way of life. Heavy rains continue to lash India's national capital near Delhi, bringing much-needed relief to residents enduring weeks of sweltering heat and humidity and lowering temperatures and improving air quality across the city. In fact, it also caused waterlogging and traffic disruptions in several parts of the city. The Met Department says that the convective clouds are responsible for moderate to intense rainfall in most parts of Delhi. The national capital witnessed continuous rainfall over the weekend. And up on your screens, we see there were some reports of waterlogging across the national capital, which led to minor disruptions. But overall, the Delhiites did heave a sigh of relief from the sweltering heat and also the rising mercury levels and humidity that were witnessed for the past many days and months as well. The Met Department has given the reason of the convective cloud that has resulted in the heavy showers across the national capital. Many parts of India are also witnessing continuous rainfall. We also saw how parts of northeast India, also the western part of India, Gujarat, witnessed incessant and heavy rainfall over a span of many days, which led to disruption of life there. And but the national capital, Delhi, witnessed continuous rainfall, which has brought in a relief from the high temperatures that were witnessed in the last few days. All right, let's move to other stories making it to the headlines from across India. Or before that, our correspondent Tapas is joining us to get us more. Tapas, good morning. How is the morning likely today? Because we tell our viewers that Delhi had been witnessing heavy downpour for the past 2-3 days. Get us more.
Priti, it's a pleasant morning. Last 2 days have seen Delhi incessant rain, and that's one of the reasons why the temperature has come down drastically. In fact, yesterday night, early in the morning, it was quite chilly, and Delhi had felt it. We expect some bouts of rainfall activity today today also, but it won't be as high as yesterday and the before yesterday. The reason why the last 2 days we saw so much of rainfall activity is because of a low pressure area that was there, and coupled with the western disturbance that impacted. So these two reasons were one of the reasons why we had so much of rainfall for the last 2 days. Now there is a orange alert that is declared near in western Uttar Pradesh, and at the same time we've been told that there is a red alert in Uttarakhand because rainfall activity is expected to pick up in those areas. Yes, and one more thing I'd like to add here, Preeti, is that in this particular year, in this monsoon year, Delhi has witnessed 1,000 millimeter of rainfall activity, which is the second highest in the last decade and highest since 2021. So we have seen quite a bit of rainfall. At an average, Delhi receives approximately 650 millimeter of rainfall. But this year we have seen a lot of rainfall activity, and that's one of the reasons why in the last decade or so, this is the highest rainfall that the Delhi NCR has received. Another point that I'd like to mention here is that the air quality has improved drastically. Right now, it's nearly the AQI level is 54. Yesterday it was 52, and it is one of the most cleanest time in the known season. In fact, last year, 2023, early part of the 2023, we experienced 45 also. But in general, Delhi doesn't see so much of such a clean air quality. So rainfall with the bit of a wind activity has led to a cleaner air near and around Delhi. So Delhiites have a great time. It's a Saturday, weekend time starts, so people who are at home would like to have a cup of tea and enjoy the weather. Preeti.
All right, it is a good time for Delhiites, but then Tapas, how has the Met Department predicted the weather in the national capital for the next few days?
Well, it's going to be, there will be some rainfall activity, we believe, but it's not going to be as high as it was for the last 2 days. As I mentioned, the rainfall that we saw was partly because of the fact that there was, a western disturbance along with the low pressure area that formed in the Delhi NCR region. This particular, area is now shifting slowly towards the Himalayan region. We believe that there is another western disturbance that is expected to come in a short while, probably in a few days' time. So the next few days we will see a bit of a dry spell. Not much of a rainfall activity, but again, it is the rains are expected to again take precedence after a short break as the western disturbance takes place.
All right, Tapas, thank you for joining in with those details. And now we take a look at other stories making it to the headlines from across India. The 9th edition of Ladakh Zanskar Festival celebrated in Indian Union Territory of Ladakh. The festival served as a stage for traditional ethnic cultural groups from various Zanskar regions to showcase their unique costumes tailored to withstand the region's biting winters. Security forces along with Jammu and Kashmir police continue the search operation in Kishtwar district following a fierce encounter with terrorists. 2 soldiers were martyred in the gunfight with terrorists in Kishtwar. The search operation was launched to track down and neutralize the militants who are believed to be hiding in the dense forest areas of the district. The Mindhar Gunners of the Indian Army organized a cricket tournament in Mindhar, Jammu and Kashmir. The tournament, aimed at promoting sportsmanship and fostering a sense of unity among the local youth, saw enthusiastic participation from various teams across the region. The event was part of the Army's ongoing efforts to engage with the local community, particularly the younger generation, through sports and other positive initiatives. The renowned Sabrimala temple in Kerala opened for the special Onam Puja, an important ritual marking the harvest festival celebrated across the state. The temple, dedicated to Lord Ayyappa, sees thousands of devotees flocking to offer prayers during this auspicious period. The temple will remain open for a limited period of Onam festivities, allowing devotees to participate in special pujas, prayers and offerings associated with the festival. A quick break ahead, but after the break, Storm Francine relieves hundreds of thousands without power and caused widespread flooding in Louisiana. And winning streak continues as Indian men and women win 3 out of 3 at the chess Olympiad in Budapest. It was lights galore at the Marina Bay, with more than 20 million LED lights kicking off at Singapore's Marina Bay, making for a visual delight for the onlookers.
Shopian district is going to go to polls in the first phase. Join me as I track and travel in the interiors of Shopian, and I get you the sense of what the people here in Shopian have to say and think about.
There is drastic change after Article 370 have been revoked. The change is visible on the ground as we can see the development around us. Right now, everything has changed. Now the students, youth, elder, senior students, they are joining the mainstream politics.
From last 5 years, our business is going well. अब हम वोट करेंगे, vote for right.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. Let's get to weather updates now. A mega drought is gripping Brazil, drying out rivers and turning forests into tinder boxes. Amid the worst drought on record, Brazil continues to battle thousands of fires, with smoke impacting major cities like Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, as well as neighboring countries. Major Amazon basin rivers are registering historic lows, and uncontrolled man-made wildfires have ravaged protected areas and spread smoke over a vast expanse, plummeting the air quality. Almost 60% of the country has been affected. According to satellite data from the National Institute for Space Research, in the first 12 days of September this year, the number of fires has already surpassed those recorded during the same period last year. Storm Francine has left hundreds of thousands without power and caused widespread flooding after slamming the coast of Louisiana before driving inland. Aerial footage and ground videos released show extensive flooding in Livingston, in Louisiana, in the aftermath of Francine. As the storm moved inland, crew began clearing roads and restoring electricity, while neighborhoods and businesses started cleaning up the mess. There were no immediate reports of deaths or injuries. The National Hurricane Center said in a statement that Francine will continue to bring heavy rainfall and the risk of flash and urban flooding, along with river flooding, across portions of the lower Mississippi Valley. You're watching DD India News Hour. Let's get to sports updates now. The most awaited duel in the Hero Asian Champions Trophy is finally here, with India taking on nemesis Pakistan on Saturday at the Moki Hockey Trading Base in Hulun Buir in China. While India, led by ace captain Harmanpreet Singh, will go into the match as table toppers, Ahmad Butt-led Pakistan will take on India as an unbeaten side placed number 2 in the points table. They have beaten China, Japan, Malaysia and Korea in their previous match. India was the first team in the tournament to book a berth in the semis. On the other hand, Pakistan drew 2 each against Malaysia and Korea, beating Japan and China to climb up to the second spot in the points table. In the recent past, India has outclassed Pakistan quite convincingly. At the Asian Games in Hangzhou last year, India beat Pakistan 10-2 in their pool match and in fact before that, they beat Pakistan 4-0 at the Asian Champions Trophy in Chennai. At the 45th Chess Olympiad, the Indian men and women made it 3 out of 3 in Budapest on Friday. In the third round, Indian men defeated host Hungary B 3.5, 0.5, while the women beat Switzerland 3-1. All the other Indian women won as the team justified its billing as a top seed. Despite D. Harika's loss to Alexandra Kostanovic, India's women chess players including R. Vaishali, Devya Deshmukh and Vantika Agrawal secured a 3-1 victory over Switzerland. In the open section, India's 100% record was broken by second team of the host nation. The young trio of D. Gukesh, R. Pragananda and Arjun Ergaizi prevailed over Adam Kozak, Tamas Benuz and Peter Prohaska, respectively. National record holder 3,000 meter steeplechaser Avinash Sable finished 9th in the season-ending Diamond League final in Brussels on Friday. The 30-year-old Sable recorded 8 minutes 17.09 seconds to finish 9th in the 10-man field in his debut Diamond League final. Amos Serem of Kenya emerged as a Diamond League champion with a time of 8 minutes and 6.9 seconds, while reigning Olympic and world champion Sofiane Al-Bakkali of Morocco was second in the season-ending finale. Mohamed Amin Genoe of Tunisia in fact was third with 8 minutes 9.68 seconds. India's Neeraj Chopra will be aiming to secure a big win on Saturday in Brussels for the Diamond League final. Neeraj will be aiming to continue his fine run in Diamond League finals as he won the event in 2022 and finished second last year. He finished 4th in the overall javelin standings for the 2024 season after accumulating 14 points across 2 events. The 26-year-old Chopra secured 2nd place in both the Doha leg in May and the Lausanne event in June. The Lausanne Diamond League saw Neeraj pull a rabbit out of the hat with a stunning throw of 89.49 meters to finish in the 2nd spot. England made a comeback in the ongoing 3-match T20 International Series against Australia as they beat them by 3 wickets in the second match on Friday at Sophia Gardens, Cardiff. After being put into bat first, Australia posted a massive score of 193 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs, courtesy of a maiden half-century by Jake Fraser-McGurk, scoring 50 off 31 balls. In response, England comfortably chased down the target in 19 overs as Liam Livingstone played a breathtaking innings of 87 off 47 balls to help his team go 1-0 up. For Australia, Matthew Short bowled a sensational spell of 5 for 22 in 3 overs, which ended in vain. India and Sweden are all set to lock horns in the World Cup Group 1 match, World Group 1 match in the Davis Cup 2024 on Saturday and Sunday at the Royal Tennis Hall in Stockholm. The Indian team are relying on Sriram Balaji and Ramkumar Ramanathan for the first day after they put India in the driver's seat on the way to a 4-0 victory against Pakistan in the World Group playoff earlier in Islamabad. India's number 1 Sumit Nagal and number 3 Sasikumar Mukund are missing from the Indian squad in Stockholm. India and Sweden have met 5 times in the Davis Cup and the Swedes winning all 5 of them. The last Davis Cup tie between the two teams was played in 2005 in New Delhi, with Sweden won 3-1. Also, the world's largest illumination event featuring more than 20 million LED lights kicked off at Singapore's Marina Bay. Dinosaurs, jungles, winter wonderland and sand dunes are among the themes of the intricately lit displays at the Singapore Illumini. All right, that's it in this edition of DD India News Hour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms and you can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us at In Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour.